All right, let's see if I can repeat that what was shown for the sailboat. So first the mast, so it's 3 less than y less than 10, and then, wow, that looks really weird, right? And so there's 10 actually, so I'm going to move that in here. And then I put a restriction on that, so it's actually really narrow mast. And I know he was talking really fast, and then he was also typing really fast, but of course, you know, for this kind of educational video. And there we go. And I'll fix that color later, just like he did. Then he does, in order to get the hull of the boat, do this parabola one here. So he said 1/49, and that of course is carefully calculated, making a very shallow parabola, pushing it 3 up so it touches the mast there, and then restricting it so it doesn't go out further. And this is the squiggly or curly parentheses, so -7 less than x and less than +7. There we go. So there's that. Then there is apparently a horizontal line. I forgot what the point was for that. Let's see. That's the bottom of the boat, which by the way is later hidden, but it'll become important actually. And it's not a parentheses, it's actually curly. So let's see, -5 less than x less than 5, and maybe I could have copied it. Let me show you that again. I could have just copied this part here, Control-T, Control-V, and then fix that here from the 7 to the 5. Yeah, that's the bottom of the boat. And yeah, the color is not correct yet, but we'll fix it later. Then I'm gonna do the right-hand side and left-hand side of the hull of the boat. So this is what he did. Squared. There we go. And that looks like a nice parabola. And again, I can kind of do this one here. Let's put it in here and fix this one here from 5 to 7. Again, the way he did this was that he carefully calculated that ahead of doing it. So, and I'm just going to copy this one here, Control-C, Control-V, and of course that's exactly the same thing. However, put it on the other side, so it's going to be a plus here. So let's see, and then change this one here to a -7 and a 5, I believe. Is that correct? No, a -5. There we go. There we go. Good, good. Okay. Then I think the next one is the shading. So here's what he did. He changed all of these here, and this is a function here. So y is, of course, on the y-axis. In mathematics, we start using functions then usually f of x, but here in order to distinguish them, we're using a of x, b of x, b1 of x, b2 of x, and so on. And it means that b is a function of x. So several times over. There we go. And it's just a change so that the next thing can be done. So here's going to be y is less than a of x. And there we go. And now we put on more restrictions that we say, okay, at the same time, y1, y is also larger than b1x. And every time I'm doing b1, something like that, it actually gives me the subscript right away for the 1 here, which in a moment will not happen. By the way, I just Control-C and Control-V this one here, and I'm going to fix the 1 to a 2, and the other one to a 3, and now the entire hull is shaded. All right, then let's see. He defined a color now, and that actually took me a while to figure out how he did that, because if I type it in, it's just the word, right? It's no subscript. So what I have to do is actually shift minus, and that gives me to a subscript there. And then RGB, that apparently is a definition in Desmos to do that. And again, carefully looked up. I didn't do it. The guy who did this video here did that, looked up carefully what the color brown is. And then what he does is he goes on here and he changes this one to brown, and he does the fill 1, because he did it so quick, that also took me quite a while to catch on. So again, brown and 1, and I forgot if he does that. I think so, maybe. Yeah, get off the lines, there we go. And now we don't need these lines anymore, so he de-highlighted them, hid them. So this is just a filling here, right here, connected with this. And then he introduces a folder to make it more. Notice I already exceeded this time, but you know, he was talking so fast, typing so fast. But I think I was able to follow him. So here we go. I think he called this the boat. Boat. And I push that all the way here. And then move this here. You see that vertical line coming up. This is where you move into a folder. There we go. For some reason, he didn't move the brown in there, but the brown is only used for this, so I do it. There you go. And this one here just closes this folder. Okay, I forgot one little thing here. So I'm going to move this one in. Was it the first one? Yep, I think so. There we go. All right. Then I make myself a second folder here, and that will be the sail. And that one actually he did with 2 tables. I'm only going to do it with 1 table. So hold on. Actually enter, and it stays in the folder then. So here, table. For some weird reason, doesn't really matter if it's x1 or y1 or x4, y4, either way. And this is what he did, I believe, 0 to 4, 4 to 4, and 0 to 10. And then he made a second table, and I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to shift this one here to the left-hand side over there. And I got this bigger triangle, which is actually the exact same sail that he's got. And now I'm going to make a polygon of that, and that's actually something I learned from this particular video, how to make a polygon. So, come on, Y1, there we go, and there it is. All right, great, change the color. And it's supposed to be green, and then fill. It's also something I learned this one here. And I forgot, turn this one off, and then you can turn the dots off here. He did that too. There we go, dots are gone. There we go. And then apparently we said usually what happens, move the polygon within the sail. There we go. Usually when you move this on top, it will go to the back. Oops, then I accidentally de-highlighted it, hit it. Then it goes to the back respectively. It's the first thing to be drawn, and then the mast in front of it, because that's under the boat, the next thing. Okay, the last one is going to be the waves. So again, I'm going to do a new folder here. He didn't do that, but I do it. There you go, waves. Enter. Okay, a sine curve. So y equals 1/2, that's the amplitude, so you make it actually relatively small. Oh, and it said not y equals, but y less than equal, there we go, 1/2. There we go. Sine of x, I think that's what he did first, plus 1, and there it is. And of course, change the color, blue, and again, it's a total fill. And we turn, yep, all right, okay. And then we go from here, and now we introduce a plus k, which is actually a phase shift, and it says add slider. For some things, that's pretty cool. Okay, I don't remember these dots being there. Let's see, maybe when I click on here, what I'm supposed to do here. I forgot where the dot's coming from, how I get rid of them. Maybe I did. Here he did 0 to 2 pi. That's the same as 0 to 360 degrees, but in mathematics we also use another degree one, which is radians, and it's 2 pi. Notice as soon as I type pi, Desmos understands that means pi. And I think that's what he did. Let's see, I click somewhere else, and I can use the slider here. And then apparently there's this little animation thing. This time, usually I hover over here, I click down and press, hold it down, and then I release, and then I have access to this. But on this one here, that doesn't work. So instead, I actually have to click on it, let go, and I think he used this one here. There we go, and hit the play button, and that's it. Okay, and it took about twice the time, but I was able to speak a whole lot slower. All right, that's it.